This week in Jamaica Now, former Police Commissioner Owen Ellington under investigation in Clarendon death squad probe. Electoral Commission to clean up voters list. The opposition calls for transparency.
We have our champion, Sara-Beth McPherson.
12-year-old Sara-Beth McPherson wins the Gleaner's Children's Zone's Spelling Bee title, and Mariah Out of Sync, American flops at Jamaica Jazz and Blues. The details of these and other stories coming up after the break.
We'll always be there for the moments that will define the rest of your life. The Gleaner, where life unfolds.
I'm Caroline Brown, and this is Jamaica Now. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, has confirmed that retired Police Commissioner Owen Ellington is under investigation in relation to the so-called Clarendon Police Death Squad. INDECOM head Terence Williams says the investigation relates to the supervisory and command structure which existed in the Clarendon Police at the time.
If you are investigating the command structure of the division, you also have to investigate the command structure of the persons they report to, which will eventually mean the Commissioner of Police. This is an investigation focusing on supervision, review, how they supervise the persons under their command, how they review their conduct. It is part of our larger role to investigate and make recommendations.
Owen Ellington surprised the nation when he resigned as police commissioner last year. Ellington had cited the investigation into the alleged police death squad in Clarendon as one of the reasons for his departure. Court proceedings in St. Anne were disrupted last week as some police personnel staged a sick-out to protest the treatment meted out to one of their colleagues by a magistrate. The cops were upset at the decision of Senior Magistrate Andrea Thomas, who ordered that a female corporal be placed in a holding cell after she was cited for misconduct in the court. The female cop was reportedly assaulted by male prisoners who were also in the cell. The ordeal reportedly left her traumatized and she had to seek medical attention. Raymond Wilson, chairman of the Police Federation, believes the magistrate's action was wrong. The opposition spokesman on finance, Audley Shaw, is demanding transparency in the voter re-verification to be undertaken by the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, ECJ. Mr. Shaw wants the commission to publish the regulations that will guide the re-verification exercise. And the opposition spokesman says, among other things, issues such as Jamaicans who have migrated but still remain on the voters list must be addressed.
In 2004, when they did the first one, there was too much discretion as to whether people, for instance, who had migrated, whether they could stay on the list or not. That can't be anymore. The Return of the People Act, which says that only persons who are ordinarily resident in a constituency must be on the list. If you migrated and gone to New York for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you are out. If you have removed yourself to Portland, then you go on the Portland list. You can't be on Manchester list when you have gone to Portland 5 years ago.
The ECJ said a new voters list will be generated at the end of the re-verification process. However, the Commission noted that the existing database will not be discarded. The current voters list will be used to verify the persons already on the list and update their information. Readers on the Gleaner's website and fans on its Facebook page have called for more to be done to curb the problem of gender-based violence on the campus of the University of the West Indies. This following a report which was prepared by former UWI lecturer and gender analyst Taitu Heron, which indicates that between 2010 and 2012, the Offices of Security Services received 67 reports of violence against female students on the campus. According to the report, most of the violence took place on the halls of residence. Gleaner readers say they are not convinced by the university's rebuttal of the report. However, campus registrar Dr. Camille Bell Hutchinson has dismissed the report.
I think that the article in yesterday's paper was a gross injustice to us only because it is not founded on solid evidence and facts as we have it. And I should point to the paper that from which this report, I think, really emanated. The paper, or it wasn't, it does say it was a study. I wouldn't have considered it a study. It was a paper presented by Ms. Heron in November 2013. and in fact spoke to data between 2010 and 2012, and the data to which the paper referred did not substantiate that all these issues took place on Hall.
Dr. Bell Hutchinson has maintained that the UWI has established mechanisms to ensure that violence, and particularly gender-based violence, is prevented.
We have our champion, Sara-Beth McPherson.
12-year-old schoolgirl Sara-Beth McPherson is reveling in her success as the Gleaner's Children's Own Spelling Bee champion for 2015. The Holy Childhood High School student won ahead of 13 other spellers in Kingston last week.
Ruritanian, R-U-R-I-T-A-N-I-A-N, Ruritanian.
That's correct.
Kingston College's Jehu Bent placed second and was also the champion boy. McPherson will represent Jamaica at the 2015 Scripps National Spelling Bee in the United States, and she is looking forward to it.
I feel very good knowing that I won after this very long time. I felt that, that with God's help, I could do this.
Now, when Jehu missed his word, vowed, what were you thinking? Do you remember the word?
Yes, it's actually a word I did last night. I was like, wow, this is a word I know.
What about the word Ruritarian? I can't pronounce that very well. Have you ever heard that word before?
Well, actually I have. It was one of the words I actually reviewed this morning. I was actually surprised.
International R&B superstar Mariah Carey faced a flood of criticisms last week following what many described as a lackluster performance at the 2015 staging of the Jamaica Jazz and Blues Festival. The multi-platinum selling artist was criticized for lip-syncing some of her tracks and her diva-like set, which had 4 outfit changes. Here are some highlights of her performance. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Caroline Brown, and as we go, we bring you highlights from the Gleaner's tribute to Bob Marley on his 70th birthday.
Ooh, you satisfy my soul. Oh, yes, you do. You satisfy my soul with every little action. There's a reaction. Oh, can't you see what you've done for me? Yeah, I'm happy inside all of the time. Yeah, spam spatter.
Hey,
Yes.
Mr. Music, you sure sound good to me. I can't refuse what a beat's got to be. I feel like dancing, I dance 'cause we are free. I said I feel like dancing.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright, yeah. Don't worry, nature say about a thing.
every day and every night.
From the very first time I blessed my eyes on you, boy, my heart said follow through. But I know now that I'm way down on your line. Yeah.
Heart, get together, rest